we will start this program. There is something that you're going to do for us. Keep your phones in silence. You may not off them. You may keep them in silence. Most of the ringing tones are from different companies, and we don't want a Tisla and MTS to quarrel here. It's not going to be good. We don't want V Mobile to quarrel with other.
Should provide to us the very necessary amenities, like one, schools, health centers, good roads, electricity, and so on. The above are what we in the various communities are expecting from our tax and levies. We should also know that some of us do not care for the taxes and levies collected by government because most of us are nonchalant attitudes in our various communities. The earlier we start asking for our rights in our various communities, the better for us.
Alright, so in extent, what you do, can we, in this, can you tell us what the condition is? What you expect in your view? You expect that the tax and then the charge and the government.
Our group, what we expect to, we are expecting at the end of this program is one, to know how to pursue the collective community needs. Another one is to know how to track federal, state, and local government budgets as it concerns our community. And training to know our rights as regards multiple acquisitions. Those are the 3 points that we want to know at the end of this program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
After getting the test message, some of us are knowing what we are doing today. From what we saw in the test message, our expectation is that after this workshop, as individuals, we'll be able to be of help in the development of our communities and their needs. Secondly, from the workshop, we will benefit in such a way as to be able to help in the development of our individual community. Most of us are doing different things. What we learn here, we can now take it back to our community and impact the knowledge to them. Number 3, the workshop will create a type of awareness to us on how taxes and budgeting are used in the state. Some of us don't know anything about it, but maybe from the training, you may need to know more about taxation and more about budgeting. Lastly, that at the end of the workshop, the knowledge we acquired here, we will transfer to our community members to enhance development. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the clap. Thank you very much, Pius. The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Budget, the Special Advisor to the Governor on Sustainable Development Goals, Honorable Mabel Abu, ably represented by Mr. Chris Chime. You're welcome, sir. And even other government officials we are still expecting. All protocols duly observed. My name is Ememokun, as I've been introduced. Executive Director, Kebekase Women Development and Resource Center. Me and my team, we are happy to be in Enugu once again. I think this is the fourth in the series of the training since we started in 2016 to carry out this training in 4 states. And I really want to appreciate the support we have received from the different government ministries. Every time we come around, the Ministry of Gender Affairs, I believe they will still come. Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Budget, the SDG office, the Enugu State Economic Team, and other government ministries and departments that have supported us all along. And another thing is that the aim of this project is to foster that collaboration between you as our project beneficiaries and the government. So the idea that we have enjoyed this support from them shows that we've already started succeeding in this project. And it is left for you, the participants, to take this relationship forward by engaging with these various ministries after the training. The success story will be that you have engaged with the ministry and you have fostered that relationship between government and your communities. That will be the success story. You know, people often complain that they don't have access to government officials. But Oxfam and Kebekase have already resolved that problem by creating that access to the ministry. So it's left for you to tap into that relationship that is already established by Oxfam and by Kebekase to engage with these people you're seeing and also to engage with the institutions that they represent. This training is on community needs assessment and participatory budgeting. It is part of the financing for development project of Oxfam Nobi. We are implementing the project in Enugu State, Delta State, River State, and Cross River State. Some other partners are implementing in Lagos State. And we are training on community needs assessment to provide you with that knowledge and skills to identify needs in your community and then communicate that needs to the different ministries so that it can be incorporated into the state budget. You know, most times we complain that government is not impacting on the people. If your needs and concern is not covered by the government budget, there is no way they will come to implement it. So that is the reason why we are training you to understand how it works. How do you identify the needs in your community and how do you get that information across to the relevant ministry to ensure that it gets into government budget. And when it finally gets into government budget, it does not end there. You also have to follow up with them to ensure it is implemented. That way you are participating in governance. And that's where you have that relationship with government and you'll be sure and also understand the reason why certain projects are not being carried out in your community. So you don't even need to sit in your house and murmur. You know what to do. And that also means that you cannot do this as an individual. You're here as a representative of your community. You're here as a representative of your organization. So when you get back home, it is to share the information and knowledge with other people so that as a team, you know how to get things done for your community. And even also, one day you might also be lucky to find yourself in government office. So you understand how it works and how to draw things down to your community and to your people. While you were sharing expectations, somebody mentioned, or one group mentioned, women participating in governance. You know, most times when we talk about women participation in governance, we think it begins and ends with election. Whether they stand for election, whether they win election, whether they occupy elective position or appointive position. I think the core of the participation is that engagement in governance processes. When you understand how government works, you will know how to participate beyond voting in election or being voted for during election. So what we are actually doing is showing you how to carry out that engagement and how to be part of governance. Because when you do that, you have that sense of belonging in government. So I want to welcome all of you and also specifically appreciate the representatives of the government institutions that are here. Thank you very much, sirs, for your continued support. And also, while welcoming the participants, I also present them to you in case anytime they come around your ministries, you will give them the necessary support. Thank you very much and welcome.
The very back of our minds that it is not community versus government officials, because they also represent community, and when they retired, they will also come back to community, and at that time they will have done much of the regrets, or I know not the people on the high table, some past people used to do that, but these are very exceptional men who have been dragging the need of the people at their community level. On this note, sir, may I have the very singular opportunity and very greatly with humility hand over the microphone to you, Thompson. I am very privileged to have you here and to relinquish the microphone to you.
Oxfam, here represented by Mrs. Okon, the representative of SPA SDG, Enugu State, Mr. Chime. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, it is my rare privilege once more to be with you. I was with you sometime last year, I suppose, on this same journey. Incidentally, what you are discussing here is so much close to my own domain, being a budget person and being the permanent secretary in charge of budget and planning. You're talking of community needs assessment and then budgeting. I think the theme of your this is capacity building training on livelihood, community needs assessment and shadow budget. Exactly. You see, many a time people complain about budget. Each time they see my vehicle on the highway with the description measure of budget, a lot of people start even fighting you without knowing what you are about. They think you are people who appropriate their money away. They forget the fact that the budget does not come from my table. It usually comes from what we say bottom-up approach. It is derived from the people, especially here in Enugu State under the government of our Honorable Dr. Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, who is a people-oriented governor. He believed so much in the people, and he believes that government should be the voice of the people. That is why our government will have as one of our policy, visit every community program. In that visit every community program, members of the State Executive Council are shared out every year to go to different communities. About 475 communities in Enugu State. We go to assess the need of the people, ask every community to bring 3 priority projects of interest to them that are of utmost importance to them. The Enugu government sees which of them they can tackle. And by so doing, you have a buy-in into what we are doing. It is no more a government forcing project onto people. Unlike before, when government used to, sometimes I call during the military era, there was this market in my locality. They call it Orioba in Osoka, where the governor comes from. It's an international market. It was done by the UNDP then. World Bank has assisted They did a World Bank market at the Orioba. And these are rural populates. The effect of that market is that they built a market that was too flamboyant for the people. A lock-up store for women who sell ogiri, who sell oba, who sell green vegetables, and other little things. They found it difficult to access such a market that has so high, powered infrastructure. There's a bank in the market, there is a police station inside the market, there are other facilities, all these modern facilities. It is good that we modernize, but we have to modernize gradually. If you ask the people of that market what they needed at that point in time, they wouldn't have asked for that kind of market. Because immediately that market was built without their own input, what happened was that the people deserted the market. Because the market was sold at a very high cost at each rate per store. So the people ran away from the market and went to their natural habitat to bring another market very close to that natural one they used to attend, and abandon that one for government. All the commissioners of government and high government officials who invested in that market, till today they have not recouped their money. Because the market was built outside the need assessment of the people. So what the Oxfam is doing here this morning is quite germane. Germane in the sense that they are going to tell you what you need, subscription and then allocation. That is why you have gathered here, so that you will now learn how to come into government. Even some people at the level of House of Assembly members do not even know these things we are telling you here. I know an honorable member called me about yesterday and said, something I want to enter, go in my community. How do I go about it now? I said, that's it now. You're doing the right thing now because it's the right time. In which area is it? He said it's in electricity, something like rural education. I said, okay. Now what you do is go and do visitation to the chairman of Rural Education Board and go and tell him that your community ABCD does not have enough rural education, that you want line extended to so and so, let them come and measure it so that they can cost it and put it in the budget. Say, so after that, what next? That is where it begins. If it comes to our office then for defense, that is where we now check whether it complies with the state development plan. After that, what next? Then it gets to you in the house. That is where you now use your authority as a member of the house and say, this is my own community project. I want it done. Do you see how government works? So it is not about government staying at the ivory tower and then giving a light to A, B, C, or Z. It is about the people demanding for it. If you don't say, here I am, nobody will say, there you are. Right or wrong? If you do not show yourself, nobody will know you are there. You continue bemoaning government every day. Government is insensitive, government is not helping us. But government can only help you when you come to government to tell government your need. I arrived here late today because I came with a gentleman with me whom I had my heart for him, because I'm sorry I have to expose him here, but it is worth exposing. That young man sitting behind there, his wife gave birth to 5 children at a go. And he has been trying for help. Okay, stand up, let them see you.
You win an award, sir.
Okay, I was taking him to the media. Before, because of this event, I decided to come here with him. This man is just a keke driver, and his wife delivered 5 children at a go. And he doesn't know how to go about it. So I said, come, let us go and see government. He said government has not attended to him. I said, government cannot attend to you. Government may not have known. You have to tell government, look at my problem. So I'm saying if I can take him around to some of these government establishments to see if we could get some help to make those children live. So this is the way we do our things. You do not just expect government to know you are there. Government may not know you are there unless you tell government you are there. So that's why we talk of community need assessment and community need impactment. So on that note, Madam, distinguished participants, I want to welcome you to Enugu, and I want to assure you that by the time you leave this hall tomorrow, you would have improved on your person and may have gotten something better that will take you home. Thank you, and God bless all of you.
Thank you very much. Like I mentioned when I was introducing myself earlier, I'm here to represent Honorable Mrs. Mabelamo, the Special Advisor to the Governor on SDGs. As you all know, the full meaning of SDGs is Sustainable Development Goals. And she asked me to convey her regrets for not being here this morning. She would have wanted to be part of today's deliberation, because if not for any other thing, the fact that she was invited shows a recognition of the fact that what we are talking about here today has a lot to do with what we do at the SDGs office, which is the goals of Oxfam and carpet catching are similar to what we are doing or what we are aspiring to achieve at the Sustainable Development Goals office. Often the burden of providing water for family use and nurturing the health of children in our rural communities fall on the women. To accomplish these tasks, they trek several miles to the nearest health centers and streams. That is why we have made visible efforts.
Declare the occasion open so that we can kickstart the technical sections as is going to deem fit. On this note, may I quickly hand over the microphone to the PAMSEC. Can you give me a very great applause?
Thank you once again. Standing on the same protocol, I want to commend the last but one speaker for the incisive speech. You see, in Enugu State, we work as a team. The LDG, which is actually within the confines of my office, we know they are into capacity building, into development. They do a lot of things for the rural population. So it's an opportunity. Before this man leaves here, we ask him his phone number and address, because they do boreholes, they do health clinics, they equip hospitals, they renovate schools, so that you can now not come as a community to visit him or visit their office to request for what you need in your communities. You understand what I mean? Yes. Good. So on that footnote, I want to declare this session open, and to the will and to the glory of God, as we say in Enugu is in the hands of God, and we believe that this outcome of this deliberation will be very fruitful. Thank you very much.
Out of this country to many parts of the world because of this NGO work. So don't think that if you come here, this work will carry you and remain in this hotel. This work can carry you to Johannesburg. This NGO work can carry you to South Africa, can carry you to Tanzania, can carry you to Zimbabwe. Many of the people working here and working with the Kabekache have traveled out of the country of Nigeria, travel out of the country. Say amen. Amen. Your amen is loud, that's good. You are wishing me well. So therefore, use yourself. Don't think that if they send you here, that is all. No. Look for the future. Because one more time, introduce my boss, my mentor, and the person I'm learning from. Amen. Can we clap better? Clap for her. No. I can manage that one a bit.
Then we raise our fund from cooperative society, the source of our fund. So the item discussion, what we need: land, structure, construction, building, and some building materials. There are many items. So we have land, architects, building, and so on and so forth. So a land produces 7.5 million to buy a land. So the architects to build the project, the bank for us, 900,000, building and other 10 million, 10.2 million. Then there are some challenges in the size, like some different expenses, we have 3 million. Then the actual budget is 35.7 million. Then the estimated cost is 38.7 million. Then when we go on the shadow cost, then we have 17.9 million. Then the difference is 20.8 million. So in the rice processing mill, we go for a loan, machinery, construction, borehole, because water is very important. Then to the project. So actual budget is both in land and so on, and let me go break it down. Then we have 69.9 million.
All right. We will going to bring our very amiable resource person, the executive director of agriculture, the woman that has done so much. This thing is not in only Enugu State. She carried this message to all over the Niger Delta. Sometimes in Delta States, sometimes in Akwa Ibom State, sometimes in River State, sometimes in Cross River State. She not asleep as she see this woman so. Why? Make Nigeria better for all of us. Please, if you don't want to clap, me and the clap, I'm going to make a good clap for her.
Before I go into the presentation of the question, we are going to appreciate the woman who the Permanent Secretary showed us yesterday that she had 5 babies. What do they call that for? I know there is three, there is what do they call that?
Not everybody who selected program.
Supposed to be like this now. You arrange the man try like sugar.
I want one woman among the participants, a man among the participants to say something before I talk, and then we formally hand over to Chief. I have a chief.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
We thank God for this seminar. And we thank God for Government, especially the CEO, May God continue to be with you.
Amen.
May God protect you and your family.
Amen.
For having done this,
When you reach out, they will give you a number. You will dial the number. When you dial, the thing will ring. Then give to Madam. Make Madam contact us and thank Madam with the figure, with the amount we give her. Why did they laugh? Is he approved? Yes! If he's approved, say yes! Thank you very much. God bless you.
The implication of this presentation, again, it is awesome presentation, and I'm still standing in because they are not here. You can see their logo on the presentation, and this presentation was prepared by Mr. Excellency. So I will read from what he has here, and I will explain some parts. So the idea is that what we expect you to do after this training is to influence when it comes to budget issues and other development issues in your community. So what is influencing? What do we understand by influencing?
Can we contribute to make it lively?
Influencing is a kind of subtle approach to somebody. Subtle approach to somebody to convince whatever what you wish to do. Let's look actually at the right, but not the subtle.
Thank you. Another contribution. Yes.
Let's meet from this day.